Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name's Jason Newland. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. And welcome to this recording. Gentle hypnosis for tinnitus relief. This is not a replacement for professional medical help. So please get permission from your doctor before listening to this free hypnosis recording. Now, welcome to this gentle hypnosis session for tinnitus relief. I'd like to thank you, but maybe you can thank yourself for giving yourself this time for calm and for healing. And please ensure that you're in a safe, quiet space where you can sit or lie down comfortably and won't be disturbed. If you're sitting in a chair, please make sure it supports your body in the event of you falling asleep. And it's best if you can close your eyes and fully relax. Just simply relaxing and reducing stress. It means you're already helping to make your tinnitus less noticeable. And I found over the last 19 years that I've been doing these recordings and helping people, that quite often relaxation, just relaxation itself, has such a huge beneficial impact on changing the condition or the issue the person has. And my stomach's grumbling. Brilliant. Well done, stomach. Didn't expect that. So you can just, without putting any pressure on yourself to go into some deep trance, and you can just let go, realizing that the fact is, mindfulness and relaxation practices have been shown to reduce the severity of tinnitus and the distress that it causes. So as we begin, know that you are taking a positive, effective step towards relief. Now, I'd like you to take a slow, gentle breath in. Then as you breathe out, start to let go of any worries for now. Because you are here in this moment and nothing else really matters right now except giving yourself permission to relax. And you might already notice the soft hints of calm beginning to spread through your body, which is good, it's nice. And all you need to do is just listen to my voice and follow along. Admittedly, it may well be a little bit boring, but that's okay, because it's a positive type of boring. It's a healing type of boring. Now, let's begin our journey into relaxation and relief. So, we'll start with a progressive relaxation to ease your body and your mind. So let's begin by focusing on your breathing. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, filling your lungs comfortably. Hold for just a second and now exhale through your mouth. Feeling the tension release with that breath. And find a steady, even rhythm, breathing in calm and breathing out any stress. As each exhale carries away a little bit more tension. And you might even imagine a wave of relaxation flowing through you each time you breathe out. Now, bring attention to your feet. Gently scrunch up your toes if it's okay to do so, making the muscles in your feet and toes as tight as is possible, and also as tight as is comfortable. Now hold that tension for a brief moment. Now release. Let your toes and feet go limp and loose, letting go of all the tightness. Feeling the difference as relaxation starts taking its place. Good. Next, move your attention to your ankles and calves. And if you like, you can tense these muscles gently. Maybe by pointing your toes or tightening your calves. And then let go, releasing the tension as you feel soothing warmth or heaviness in your lower legs as they relax completely. And continue this calming scan up through your body to your thighs. Tighten them a little, then relax. Your hips and lower back, perhaps arching slightly, then settling. Your abdomen, pull your stomach in for a moment and then let it soften. And with each area, breathe in as you tense and breathe out as you release. Sinking twice as deep into relaxation. Now, your chest. Take a nice breath in. Maybe hug your shoulders to tense and exhale to release. Letting your chest and shoulders drop into comfort. Moving your hands and arms. You can make fists and squeeze your arms to your shoulders. Then unfurl and relax. Feeling a wave of relief as the muscles let go. And finally, your face. Scrunch up your face. Wrinkle your forehead. Squeeze your eyes and jaw gently. Hold for a second and breathe out. Relax. And you can let your jaw hang loose and your eyes remain softly closed. Eyelids relaxed And you have now worked your way through each part of your body, tensing and then releasing, leaving every muscle loose, limp and relaxed. Now you can just take a moment to enjoy this sensation as your entire body feels heavier, comfortably warm and settled. From the tips of your toes to the top of your head, you are letting go. And any lingering tightness is melting away as your breathing remains slow and soothing. Each breath guiding you deeper into a state of peace. And if any thoughts arise, that's okay. Just let them drift by as if they were clouds passing in the sky. As you are gradually quieting your mind and with your body so calm and still, you may notice that even your heartbeat has slowed down, becoming steady and serene. And this gentle stillness is the perfect state for the next part of our journey. Now that your body is deeply relaxed, imagine in your mind's eye a safe, peaceful place. And perhaps you picture yourself rising and walking toward a beautiful garden. Or maybe you see a quiet beach or a cozy forest grove. Anywhere that feels perfectly calm and pleasant to you. And let's say you find yourself at the entrance to a tranquil garden. Just visualize it as vividly as you can. Notice the colors of the flowers and the trees, the soft texture of the path beneath your feet, and the gentle light around you. so comfortable, just the right temperature for you to feel at ease and protected. And in this garden, you begin to walk slowly along a little stone path. With each step you take is effortless and light, and as you stroll you might hear the sounds of nature around you, perhaps birds singing softly in the trees, or the faint trickle of a small fountain or stream nearby. And you may even hear the distant laugh of children playing, or leaves rustling as a cool, pleasant breeze moves through the branches. And these sounds are soothing and gentle, and they remind you that life carries on with ease and harmony all around. Somewhere along the path, you come upon a comfortable spot to rest. It could be a wooden bench under a leafy tree, or a soft patch of grass by a calm, clear pond. And you decide to pause here to feel the surface beneath you as you sit or lie down in this scenery. And perhaps the bench is warm from the sun, or the grass is springy and cool, and you take a moment to just be in this peaceful place, soaking in the sense of safety and comfort it provides. Because this is your sanctuary, a private haven where nothing can bother you. And as you relax here, bring your awareness to the sounds you hear in this imaginary environment. Maybe you notice the gentle tinkle of wind chimes hanging from a nearby tree, singing a soft, random melody whenever the breeze passes. And their tone is light and calming, like distant bells. Or perhaps it's evening in your garden and you catch the faint chirp of crickets hidden in the grass. their chorus rising and falling gently. And you can choose whatever sounds feel comfortable for you. Wind chimes, crickets, soft ocean waves in the distance, or simply the whisper of the wind. Because these ambient sounds are peaceful and kind. Now, turn your focus inward for a moment and notice the ringing or buzzing of your tinnitus. And without any judgment, just acknowledge its presence. Now, in this relaxed state, you might find that what you're observing is that the sound is much more calm now. And here comes a little bit of magic from your mind. Imagine that the sound in your ear isn't trapped inside you, but is actually flowing out into the serene world around you. Envision it escaping your mind and blending with the natural sounds of your safe space. For example, you might imagine your tinnitus as a gentle ringing wind chime in that tree. And each tone of your internal ringing becomes one of those little bells being tickled by the breeze. And it's as if the sound has moved from inside your head outside to that wind chime where it belongs. Or if your sound is more of a buzz or a hum, you might picture it as the distant drone of a friendly bee, or the soft hum of a hummingbird fluttering nearby. Just part of the garden's background. And whatever the quality of your tinnitus sound, you can transform it into a natural, harmless sound in this scene. One that belongs here and does not bother you anymore. And notice what happens now as the once intrusive ringing is now just part of the environment, and a gentle one at that. And instead of a source of distress, it now becomes like just another note in the symphony of this peaceful place. And as you continue to hear it, but it no longer feels like an enemy. And if it was a high-pitched ring, now it's like the soft twinkling of chimes or distant sounds of a summer night. If it was a hiss or static, now it's like the soothing hush of ocean waves. And if it was a buzz, now it's akin to a low, comforting hum, like a purring cat or the murmur of the breeze. And as the sound has changed its meaning for you, it's simply sound and nothing more. In fact, you may notice that the more you allow it to blend into the background, the fainter and more distant it becomes. It's as if with each breath you take, the sound drifts a little further away. And maybe you imagine it moving off into the distance. From that tree with wind chimes to the far end of the garden, and then perhaps beyond the garden's gate. And it might still be audible, but only if you really strain to focus on it. But otherwise, it's just there in the background, a neutral part of the soundscape. And your mind is naturally tuning it out, because you are in control here. You can choose to pay attention to that faint sound or to all the other pleasant sensations around you. And you choose peace. You choose to let the tinnitus simply be, without giving it importance. It's just such a simple choice to allow the sound and not fear it. Which weakens its hold over you. Now, just take a moment to really appreciate how far you've already come. How you've gone from feeling tense and perhaps overwhelmed by the ringing, to feeling calm, safe, and in charge. Because in this inner world you've created, the tinnitus has lost its power. And what was once an irritating intruder can now be seen as just another gentle sound in your peaceful landscape. And you are free to enjoy the tranquility of this place. Whether the sound's present or not, it truly doesn't matter anymore. Which shows you that your perception of the sound can change. And you've now proven to yourself that your mind can transform that noise into something natural and neutral, maybe even pleasant. Now, in this relaxed and receptive state, let's reinforce these positive changes with some gentle affirmations and suggestions. And just continue to rest comfortably and let these words sink into your unconscious mind. And you don't need to actively remember them. Just simply allow them to wash over you and take root at whatever level is helpful. And each affirmation will further soothe your mind and calm your nervous system, training your inner self to respond to tinnitus with peace and comfort. Now, you are safe and in control. You are safe and in control. Because the sounds you hear cannot harm you in any way. They are merely sounds, just like any other background sound or noise you've grown used to. And you are completely safe, and your body knows it. You choose calm. You choose calm. And every time you breathe out, a wave of serenity flows through you, and your nervous system is relaxing, releasing any fight or flight responses, and you feel a gentle comfort wrapping around you, protecting you from stress. The ringing or buzzing is becoming a neutral part of your world. The ringing or buzzing is becoming a neutral part of your world. And what once alarmed or annoyed you now feels insignificant and non-threatening. And you might even find it familiar and easy to ignore. Just like the hum of a refrigerator or the sound of distant traffic, it fades into the background unless you actively listen for it. Your mind is powerful and adaptable. Your mind is powerful and adaptable. And each day you are training your brain to tune out the tinnitus a bit more. And you trust that over time your brain can and will diminish its response, gradually paying it less attention and emotion until it hardly bothers you at all. And you are habituating naturally, and this gives you deep relief. You cultivate acceptance and peace. You cultivate acceptance and peace. And instead of bracing against the sound, you allow it to be there when it's there, without fighting. And this acceptance brings you freedom. And by not resisting, you find that stress and anxiety related to the sound just evaporate. And you replace these feelings with calm confidence. You are more and more comfortable each moment. Because every breath, every positive thought is soothing you. And you feel a growing sense of mastery and comfort. And you have coped with this before, and you are coping even better now. In fact, you're thriving, and you look forward to moments of quiet and peace now, knowing that you can handle them with ease and relaxation. Your unconscious mind is learning new ways to respond. Even when you're not actively thinking about it, deep inside your mind, a change has happened. You've rewritten the script. And tinnitus no longer triggers fear or frustration or anger. And instead, it might even remind you to relax, acting as a gentle cue to take a deep breath and return to this state of ease. And each of these positive ideas is sinking deeply into your mind, strengthening your resilience and calm. And if any part of you used to panic or feel hopeless about the ringing, that part is now being comforted and healed. And you are replacing those old reactions with a profound sense of peace, hope, and confidence as your body and mind remember how to relax, how to feel safe. They know what to do now whenever you hear that sound. Now, let's take a moment to solidify the new perspective that you have on your tinnitus. You have begun transforming it from an annoying intruder into a more peaceful and harmonious aspect of your experience. And think about that for a moment. That something that used to feel so negative now feels so manageable, even harmless. And this is the power of your own mind working in your favor. And you're no longer given the sound a negative meaning because it's not a threat. It's not a tormentor. It's just a sound like any other sound. For example, consider sounds like refrigerator hum or a fan in the background. They're just there. You hear them if you focus, but they carry no emotional weight. They can't affect you. And that's how your tinnitus can be for you from now on. You can just treat it as a neutral, meaningless noise. Something you have to actively strain to even notice at all. And this shift is perspective. From seeing tinnitus as a danger to seeing it as just a benign sound is so powerful, as it removes the fear and the frustration, and it gives you back a sense of control as you remind yourself, this sound cannot hurt me. It's okay for it to be present. I am safe, and I can still relax and enjoy life even if it's there. This sound cannot hurt me. It's okay for it to be present. I am safe, and I can still relax and enjoy life even if it's there. In fact, by practicing this calm acceptance, you find that the sound loses its hold over your attention and emotions, and it becomes less threatening, more familiar, and easier to ignore as you consistently respond to it with neutrality and calm. And if negative thoughts about the ringing do come at times, that's all right. You can acknowledge those thoughts and let them drift by, just like we practiced earlier with the clouds in the sky. Because you don't need to engage with worry or anger about it. Instead, you embrace an attitude of acceptance. Okay, the sound is here, but so what? It can still be calm. I can carry on with what it's doing. And this mindset is incredibly liberating, because by accepting and coexisting with the tinnitus, you significantly reduce the stress it used to cause you. And you may even find moments when you forget about it altogether, because your brain has truly accepted it as unimportant. And remember that habituation we mentioned, the brain's natural ability to get used to repeated stimuli, because that process is underway within you, and your brain is gradually learning to filter out the tinnitus, treating it no differently than the countless other background sounds it ignores every day. And you don't have to try and force this. It will happen on its own as you continue to practice these relaxation and reframing techniques. And every time you respond to the sound with calm indifference or gently shift your focus elsewhere, you are reinforcing to your brain that this sound is not a threat, not something it needs to worry about. And your brain listens, and over time it will more and more tune out the noise automatically. So, in reframing your tinnitus, you've done two important things. You've changed how you perceive it. You've changed how you react to it. And you now see it as neutral, even as a reminder to relax. And you react with calmness, or sometimes don't react at all. And this new peaceful relationship with the sound means it no longer dominates your life or mood. And it's becoming just a small background aspect of your world. Something you can easily coexist with. And this is a huge step forward. You should feel proud of yourself for achieving this shift. Now, before we conclude, let's address the emotional aspect of your journey and offer some encouragement. Because coping with tinnitus can be emotionally challenging, and you may have felt frustration, anxiety, or even helplessness about it in the past. And that's completely understandable, because the constant awareness of ringing or buzzing can be very distressing and stressful. And it's known that these feelings of stress and frustration can actually intensify the perception of the tinnitus, creating a vicious cycle. And perhaps you've experienced this in the past, and the more upset you get about the sound, the louder or more intrusive it seems, which in turn makes you even more upset. If that's what was happening before, recognize that you are now breaking that cycle. And by entering this relaxed, open state of mind, you've taken away the fuel that fed that negative loop. And deep relaxation is like a reset for your nervous system, calming the anxiety and easing the stress that made the tinnitus worse. And in this trance state, you've shown yourself that you can find relief and calm even when the sound is there. And this proves that things can get better. that you are not powerless. In fact, on the contrary, you've discovered just how much influence you have over your experience. Because your unconscious mind is very powerful, and you've just used it to reframe your emotional response to tinnitus. And this means that you're going forward and you'll find yourself more at ease as you develop a calmer mindset that prevents the sound from dominating your thoughts and emotions. And that sense of panic or despair you may have felt before is being replaced with confidence and peace. And the tinnitus is moving from center stage to the sidelines of your awareness. And you are back in charge of how you feel. And it's important to acknowledge the emotional journey you might have been through. The worry of will it ever stop? The annoyance every time you notice the ringing in a quiet moment. And maybe even trouble sleeping or concentrating. But look at you now. You've learned that even if the sound continues, that you have the tools to cope and even thrive despite it. And the goal was never necessarily to eliminate the tinnitus completely, but rather to reduce its impact on you so that you can live your life fully. And you're doing exactly that. You're freeing yourself from the emotional burden of tinnitus by changing how you relate to it. And this is a tremendous accomplishment. Now, be gentle and patient with yourself moving forward, because healing is a process and you are on the right track. And every time you practice relaxation or listen to this hypnosis session, you will reinforce these positive changes. And you'll find that your stress is lower, that your sleep can improve, and your overall mood gets better as you continue to let go of the fear and frustration. And whenever you find yourself feeling discouraged, just remember that many people live full, happy lives even with tinnitus. And by adopting this accepting, calm approach, you are joining them in reclaiming your peace. And you are never alone in this journey. because help and support are available, and you're proving to yourself that your own inner resources are perhaps the most powerful aid of all. And you can take pride in how far you've come during this session. And even if it feels subtle, your mind has begun a wonderful healing adjustment. And you are stronger and more resilient than you may have ever realized. And you can handle this, and you are actively improving your relationship with the sound each and every day. Feeling the self-compassion and confidence growing inside you. You deserve relief. You deserve calm. And you are giving these gifts to yourself right now. It's time to conclude this session. So we'll bring it to a close in a gentle, caring way. Because you've done such great work, and your mind and body are thankful for this break. And in a moment, I will count and guide you to either wake up feeling refreshed, or to just drift off into a deep, restful sleep, depending on what you need at this time. Because if you're listening during the day and you'd like to resume your activities, you will slowly return to full waking alertness, carrying with you all the calm and positive feelings that you've created. And if you're listening at bedtime or nap time and prefer to sleep, you can ignore the wake-up suggestions and instead allow yourself to sink even deeper into sleep. At the end, continuing to relax as long as you wish, because either way you will remain relaxed and at peace. Now, take your final deep breath in and exhale slowly, feeling the gentle energy returning to your limbs. And if you intend to wake up now, start becoming aware of your body in the room, noticing the surface beneath you. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes. And I'll count from 1 to 5, and with each number you'll become a little more awake, bringing back all the positive, calm feelings in your body. Now, to take a deep breath in and exhale, feeling the gentle energy returning to your limbs. And if you intend to wake up now, start becoming aware of your body in the room, noticing the surface beneath you. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, and I will count from 1 to 5. And with each number you'll become a little more awake, bringing back all the positive, calm feelings into your day. And if instead you wish to sleep, just let my voice count you down into deep relaxation. 1. Beginning to rise, feeling energy in your arms and legs, or drifting 10% deeper into sleep if that's your choice. 2. Returning awareness to your surroundings, perhaps listening to the faint sounds around you, still calm and relaxed, or allowing any remaining tension to dissolve as you approach an even dreamier state. 4. Almost awake now, mind clear, positive and at ease, tinnitus feeling distant and unimportant, or nearing the threshold of sleep, mind quiet and safe. 5. Eyes open, fully awake, feeling rested, calm and ready to continue your day with a sense of serenity. Or if you're drifting into sleep, eyes remaining closed as you now slip into a deep, peaceful sleep, letting go completely, assured that you will sleep soundly and wake up feeling refreshed and comforted. Now, take a moment to appreciate the peace that you feel right now. Whether you choose to wake or to sleep, your mind and body have embraced this calm, healing state. And remember that you can return to this feeling anytime you need. You do have the power to relax, to reframe, and to find relief whenever you choose. So thank you for allowing me to guide you on this journey. Well done for all the work that you've put in. And in the days to come, you will continue to feel the benefits. More calm, less reactivity to the ringing, and more control over your response. And as you keep taking care of yourself, and know that each time you practice, you reinforce these positive changes. And thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself because you deserve to be happy, and be gentle with yourself. You deserve to feel safe. Lots of love. Bye.